by building up more energy than the collective has on a personal level within that theme, within that subject. So keep in mind that many a times in your political system, there will be a majority and a minority. The majority may wish to move in a certain direction. However, that direction may not be best, may not be ideal for the collective. Nevertheless, it's desired by the majority. So the minority will represent opposition to that movement, opposition to that direction. They can still manifest what they would deem to be the consequence of victory and transformation. They can still do this, absolutely. It's just that they must use deeper levels of creativity. They must use strategy. They must use more energy because they don't have that collective momentum, or at least not as much of it, acting as the momentum for their movement, for their direction. So they will have to get creative and use the energies that they have at their disposal. Remember, the more esoteric and spiritual the tool, the more transformative the effect. The more physical the tool, usually the longer something will take. When you use physical tools and energetic tools, you end up getting a more complete effect. As you raise your frequency and become more energetically yourselves and more energetically autonomous, it is as if you are no longer dwelling within the reality that the collective shares. It is more like you are dwelling within your own reality, projecting your own version of the collective. That's a side effect of raising your frequency. Your vantage point for the physical reality experience and how the physical reality experience is experienced changes. So eventually, it's not a matter of convincing the collective to invest in your idea. It's simply a matter of you feeding as much energy into your idea as possible. And it will then manifest in some way. And through synchronicity, there will be members of your collective that are there to support it. But you do not need to use the collective's understanding of ethics and morality as your own. Because as you know, there are certain things that are in fact not moral highs or ethical highs that are endorsed by your collective and have been endorsed by your collective. So it is important to be your own thinker. That is a part of creating your own reality, not going by what the collective says. Oftentimes the collective is incorrect about many things. So be prepared on this journey to expand past the collective viewpoint and do not limit yourself to what the collective deems acceptable or not acceptable, or you will find that you become more of a people pleaser. You will keep your head down. You'll do what you're told. Those things are fine. You can live that way. But if you're looking to create your own world on earth, well, there may be those that oppose that. There may be those that don't like that. There may be those that wish to keep you small. So you don't have to battle these things, but what is needed is that you generate more momentum than these things and you expand yourself regardless of these things and allow for the evidence of your success to be the proof that wins those whom oppose you over. They'll see what you're doing is successful. They'll see what you're doing is powerful. They will say, I wish I could do something like that in my life. How can I do that? And you may win people over. So you don't have to use the collective as a barometer. It can be used as a barometer, and oftentimes there is advantage to checking in with the collective. Because of course, whatever you manifest, if it's against the collective, at a minimum, make sure it is good for the collective. Make sure it helps the collective. Nothing wrong with going against the collective. Sometimes the sheep don't realize they're being led off a cliff by a wolf dressed up as a shepherd. Sometimes they don't see this. So it is useful at times to intervene in collective affairs. Nevertheless, make sure your interventions are in support of the collective, because if they are manifestations that detriment the collective, now you will have a part of the collective aware of that harm. It will be unconsciously detected. It will be something you have to contend with. So do be aware of this.